Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our JustNoMil. In today's episode, why are they so obsessed with their features in our children? Emil said baby doesn't need me because I'm not breastfeeding. Emil ruined, tried to, wedding weekend. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Why are they so obsessed with their features in our children? In-laws are in town visiting from out of state and seeing my daughter for the second time since she was born last fall. All I keep hearing about are the facial features she thinks belong to my husband. For the most part, my daughter is my twin. Her eye shape is my husband, but that's really it. Mil has even gone as far as saying she has my husband's face when she poops. WTF? She keeps trying to say my daughter's eyes are brown like my husband. They are dark blue-gray just like mine. My daughter has even inherited the same form of heterochromia in her eye color as me, but sure buddy, if you squint from a mile away they're brown. Wish me luck surviving the next few days. Yes, my Emil insisted my son's blue eyes came from his great-grandfather on their side. Husband's whole immediate family is dark brown. Couldn't possibly be from me, his blue-eyed incubator. Because they're narcissists, they only care about their grandchildren as an extension of themselves. My daughter is artistic and good with craft projects. A relative pointed out that she must have gotten that skill from her great-grandmother. Yes, I'm sure my daughter got her interest in arts and crafts from a woman who died 37 years before she was born, and not from me, the person who actually spends time crafting with her. Yes, the age-old narcissistic delusion. Of course their genetics are so superior they overshadow any input from the mother. They're great whoever had blonde hair, so of course that's where baby gets it. What do you mean the mother has blonde hair? He doesn't get it from her. She just stood there while our generational genes made the baby with DH. Emil said baby doesn't need me because I'm not breastfeeding. Emil said baby doesn't need me because I'm not breastfeeding. This happened when my daughter was 1 month. She's about 4 months now. My Jane Emil came to visit when I was about 1 month postpartum. She lives about a 2-hour flight away. Of course, she did all your typical Jane Emil stuff, but this one comment set me off the most. She jokingly said, "I'm going to take Dee back with me. She's on formula. She doesn't need her mother." I was so taken aback by the comment that I just awkwardly laughed. But this comment messed with me so much, especially being 1 month postpartum. I had complications after my C-section which made breastfeeding and pumping difficult, and I already felt guilty about it. I know this woman is Delulu and my baby is healthy and happy, and fed baby is best baby. But I can't shake off the feeling I felt when she said this. I'm so frustrated at myself for not saying anything in the moment because she got away with saying it. Emil is your typical selfish narcissistic. The way she makes her unwanted comments are so passive-aggressive that it would look crazy if I were to confront her. It drives me nuts. I feel as if I'm constantly micro-disrespected. Emil basically treats me as an incubator and an unwanted accessory to her family. She takes Dee daughter and won't give her back to me even when she cries. Eventually she will give her back to DH, but will never hand her to me. She refers to Dee only as DH's baby and will talk through my daughter and make more passive-aggressive comments like, "Who will be the nice parent?" and "To will be the meanie," and then continues to say DH will be the nice parents and not be able to say no to Dee, making me the meanie. She will even go as far to say Dee doesn't recognize me, even though she constantly cries in her arms, but calms down in mine. She also has the audacity to refer to Dee as my baby or my youngest. Emil is coming to visit again in a couple months, and I'm dreading it. It's worse when she comes and visits us because she makes me feel unwelcome in my own home. I'm working on being more assertive for both my daughter and I, but it's difficult when her comments are so sly and passive-aggressive. DH has my back whenever he gets the chance, but again her comments are so sly and also said when he's not around. She's smart enough to know not to say/do anything outrageous so she can keep getting away with these sly comments. I just needed to vent and get this off of my chest. I'm also open to any advice anyone may have on how to deal with someone like this. Going and see is not really an option for us. However, I see her maybe 3/4 times a year, and other than that I'm pretty LC with her. Time to wear the baby. If she doesn't give you the baby when you ask for her, tell her, "Mile, give me my daughter now, or you won't be holding her again," and mean it. Her disrespectful treatment of you should mean she doesn't get to stay in your home again. She can stay in a hotel during her visit and only see you and your child when your husband is there also. Okay, you have some time to arrange things. Where is she going to stay? Not at your place, I hope. Get her a hotel. If she can afford to fly in, she can afford a hotel and rental car. Is your DH taking time off work? If not, Emile doesn't get to see you and LO when he is at work. He entertains her. Don't ever be alone with her. If you are, figure out a way to record her on your phone so DH can hear her BS. When she makes comments about kidnapping LO, tell her that's a federal crime and nothing to joke about. If she refuses to hand LO back to you, tell her, "Give me my baby now." And every time she refuses, she doesn't get to hold LO again that day. When she talks to you through LO, just tell her to stop being ridiculous and trying to criticize you indirectly. Do you have a problem with how I'm doing XYZ, Emile? Too cowardly to tell me directly, huh? Do you have friends or relatives you and LO can hang with while she's there? Oh, sorry Emile, my baby and I have plans for the day. DH gets off work at 5, so you can see your baby then. My baby and I will see you later. Next time she jokes about taking your daughter, make a joke about how many years she'll get in prison for kidnapping. Emile ruined. Try to wedding weekend. Alright, buckle in. My Emile is the type of person who loves attention, whether it is bad or good, and cannot stand when someone else has the spotlight. Factor that into the fact I was the bride on my wedding day. Who would have thought eyes might be on my partner and I?
¡Qué sarcasm!
Leading up to this past weekend, my Emile wanted to wear a very light beige/white lace dress to the wedding, which my husband vetoed. That was a huge deal, saying she didn't want to come to our wedding and that I was not making a good start to an in-law relationship. Mind you that I've been with her son 8 years, so our relationship has already begun. She also said my husband should not marry me, lol. Fast forward to the rehearsal dinner. My Emile and FIL, who is just a saint actually, paid for the rehearsal dinner. She told everyone and her mother how she paid $1,200 for the rehearsal dinner, after vetoing multiple resultants and choosing the cheapest option farthest from where we were staying. She said it multiple times in her speech. My parents very graciously offered to pay for my now husband and I's wedding, never even spoke about it or bragged. The entire rehearsal dinner she sat and pouted. In her speech she said, "DL, I hope you're not offended, but this day is about husband, so I did not mention you. Tomorrow's your day." In her speech she blamed me for my husband not calling as frequently once we met and that she has lost her son to me. I have never once discouraged him from speaking to her, so I'm not sure what she's talking about. On to the wedding day. Good gracious. She came into my wedding suite when I was in my dress, to which I said, "Hello," with a huge grin on my face. She locked eyes with me and walked right past me. The entire time did not compliment me, but complimented all of my bridesmaids. She ruined my husband and hers first look because she didn't want to wait for a photographer, then complained they had no single photos of them too, even though I arranged the first look for them. She was complaining about the family photo time, saying she wanted to join the cocktail hour because there was people there who wanted to talk with her, to which I told her she is more than welcome to go and that we were right on schedule. She sat in the yard chair by herself and pouted with her arms crossed. At the start of the ceremony, she thanked my husband's side sitting for supporting my husband as his side was light, due to the fact of her forcing us to invite distant relatives and 30 plus didn't show. Now to the mother and son dance. She had everything choreographed with twirls and romance, which was absolutely odd. During all speeches, she talked extremely loudly and complained when my dad was taking too long. Next morning, my mom and dad hosted brunch and had all come over as a breakfast before people departed. My MIL came and complained about the DJ and photographer for 30 plus minutes to anyone who would listen. Then complained that my mother said brunch started at noon, but began at 11. It was always 11. She then hissed at my mom for not enough food being there for her family, as my mother is slaving over the stove. My husband had told her to stop 4x until she said, "Bad news, no more food." When new guests had arrived, there was an island full of food. I turned quickly and said, "Enough, please," as my mother is almost in tears. My husband says, "Mom, you're being insulting," while whispering in her ear away from everyone. Boy, did we mess up. She walked to the front porch and sat there for hours, claiming we had banished her from the inside. She told her entire family I told her to shut up, and her son supported me by saying, "Yeah, Mom, shut up." She loves being the victim. My husband believes that's her happy place. She blew everything out of proportion, left, and didn't thank my parents. Manipulated the situation to make my husband and I look like the troublemakers. My BIL said my husband should have corrected me and I need to apologize. My husband had my back and made it very clear that none of the above happened. When asked who was around to hear this happening, she said, "No one was." But this is a quote. Her own extended family came up to me to apologize and told me to ignore her. Her entire family stayed all day while she went home and pouted, ignored requests to come back. She loved to feel wanted and have every single eye on her. Next morning, my husband goes to speak with her and she rips him around by his face, saying their relationship had forever changed and that she's lost a son and it was because of me. She didn't want a relationship with me, whatever at this point. She did not say goodbye to me either. I guess I'm here to vent. I feel like my wedding weekend was stolen by her, as her attitude and drama was all anyone could talk about. My husband cried. Just so many negative emotions. Now I'm forever stuck with her, but my husband is worth it. How do I navigate this? I do not want a relationship with her, but the rest of the family is normal and I love more than anything. The memory of my wedding is tainted. I'm trying to be positive, but it's hard. Other than all of the above, we had a wonderful weekend. The rest of the family is not normal, especially the BIL who said your husband should have corrected you. I would put forth no energy or effort with MIL. No birthday cards, no Christmas presents, no home-cooked meals. Let your new husband be the one to carry any relationship he wants to have with her. I know. When I heard that, I thought, am I a dog? Haha, as if I was in obedience school. Her theatrics handed you a golden ticket. In your place, I would give her a check for $1,200 and never see or speak to her again. Anyone complains? Hand them a bullet list of the highlights from your above rant, then finish it off with, and after all that, she had the audacity to tell Ditch that she didn't want a relationship with me. So we paid her back the money she complained of having spent, and I am giving her exactly what she said she wanted. Frame this for what it was. Your MIL embarrassing herself. Who said you had to have a relationship with her? She's made it clear she doesn't want one with you. Time for NC. She'll miss out on the life you and your DH build, and you won't miss her, which I'm sure would drive her bananas. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.